Okay, so let's start and then I will share my screen. As I have mentioned, we will start with the template. No? Can you now see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes po.
Okay, thank you. I will try to zoom it in. And by the way, that is our Google Classroom, no? Um, there are materials na nakapost na sa Module 3, 4, and 5. Okay. And then of course 6 and 7. All of the things there you have to you can actually use them when you are to answer or um, complete your unit plan. No? So you just have to open it. Sir, do we have exams? We don't have exams for this subject. No. The thing that I will be considering here would be your output. Okay? So, output based lang tayo. So, I will just, meaning to say, if meron tayong kulang, automatically, perhaps I could give you INC for that, no? Because the main requirement for their subject would be your individual outputs. And please take note for your final task here, you have showcasing of unit plans. You will have to make 2 unit plans, okay, for perhaps 2 subjects, no? Subject matter. So, dual siya. Dili pwedeng nakuha na the same subject. Dapat lahat siyang subject. So, for example, if you choose for Unit Plan 1, mathematics, the other one should be another subject. Okay? And then, all of the things that you are to make sure uh, to be guided with your ano yung tawag natin, yung K to 12 na curriculum guides. We have our K to 12 curriculum guides here sa resources natin. Kung may kulang or kung meron hindi kung may kulang man, just tell me so that I can upload another thing. I think ito na yung lahat ata, if I'm not mistaken. You have your araling panlipunan here, your arts, your EPP, your English, yeah, the edukasyon sa pamagkatao, this is actually values, no? And then, EPP, if ever mangani, if ever na the content of the material or the content of the subject is in Filipino, if they're using the language Filipino, meant to say, ang ilalagay natin sa unit plan ninyo is also in Filipino. But you don't have to translate the template, no? Just the content, no? You just have to use Filipino. Okay. That is automatic, no? So health, in a way, yung Filipino lang naman natin, of course, we have our panlipunan, yung edukasyon sa pagpapakatao, that is also in Filipino. And then, of course, Filipino subject. Mother tongue, this is your hopefully, no, I don't know kung meron bang mag-mother tongue dito. Uh, Hopefully, wala naman siguro mag-mother tongue because I really need, if there would be na mag-mother tongue, I would have to consult Ranao people, no? Because I cannot understand, or some of the terms I cannot actually understand Maranao pag yun kayo. I'm not well versed in Maranao pa. I'm still learning. Okay, so those are the things that you are to do for the rest of the remaining time, no, for the remaining time. I believe that the class will end on February 15th. So perhaps prior to that dapat makasabit na. Okay? And then let's proceed to your template. So here is now your template. Klaro naman. Klaro ba yung ano natin? Yung screen?
Yes
Yes, sir.
po.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay, very
Yes,
good.
sir.
Okay. So we have here our this particular unit plan is the project of Intel Teach program. So this is one of their essential course. So actually, this is one whole module, and then I believe meron itong module, and then the final output would be your unit plan. Sir, bakit po unit plan lang? Wala po bang iba? So mean to say, for the rest of the semester po, sir, kung walang pandemic, if ever wala tayong, we actually have our limited time, especially lisod yung kayo, wala tayong face-to-face, nag-accreditation pa, and so on. So we really have, our time is actually constricted. And then, if kung tutuhanin man natin to, if we really have to, natin tutuhanin, if we really have to do this na wala talagang palya, for example, if we don't have problems with time, no, the final output of this subject would be the unit plan. No, the unit plan, supposedly you have to demo pa, you'll be having your demonstration. Your demonstration is based on the unit plan. No? So ano po yung unit plan? Is this also your lesson plan? No? At some point, your unit plan is also a lesson plan. It's just that this is a very big composition because this is unit plan. No? The whole subject, for example, a very big part of your topic, ito yung gagamitin. So let's try to look at the parts of your unit plan. Of course, you have your unit plan template. Siguro, itong part na ito, tatanggalin natin ito. No? I-edit nyo yan. Huwag nyo gamitan unit plan. So perhaps you can use a title of your unit plan. No? A very catchy title, for example. And then you can give a click on any descriptive text, then type your own. Kung meron ka introductory part nito, pwede na din. But if you don't, wala. Okay, okay lang yan. And then what really need no to be filled out would be this one. Okay. Walang dapat babaguhin sa table, so that would be so yan. And then of course, lesson author. Bakit nilalagyan ng lesson author? It is because since this material will be uploaded, I will be uploading this one. Meaning to say, this will be a public domain. Public domain, therefore, marami ang makakakita nito. No, if ever man, no, kung meron makakita, if they would search, if they would be searching for a unit plan. So that is why we really needed to write the lesson author so that original gid siyang gihimo. So karon, I would try to tell you, I will give you an idea that there are a lot of unit plans on the internet. But mind you, do not copy them because meron siyang offer sheet. No? So wag, nakakahiya. So you really have to make your own unit plan. And then of course the school name, you just have to put College of Education, Mindanao State University main campus, class, sorry, yes, that one. Ito lang yung school. Supposedly, yung school nilalagay dito, yung school kung saan kayo supposedly magtuturo. So, since wala pa man kayong school because you're still an undergraduate, so we will address it to the College of Education MCB campus. And then class grade level, dito, nilalagay lang natin dito kung ano particularly yung grade level. Sir, pwede po ba sa school name kami po yung gagawa ng or pwede po bang pipili na lang kami ng a particular school, elementary school? Yes, pwede naman. Walang problema. Basta may lagay tayo ng school name dyan. And then a class or grade level. Your grade level, it will be determined through your K to 12 curriculum guide. Doon kayo pipili, correct? And then unit of study, ano yun siya? Tingnan natin ano yung unit of study kasi in the US, they have different pattern naman. So we'll try to look at the sample kung ano yung unit of study na ilalagay. Now, on the next part, if you have questions, please take note of your questions and then raise that after my discussion. So, the next one would be the lesson overview, wherein you have to fill out lesson title, you have to fill out unit summary, subject area, the 21st century skills, and then the approximate time needed. So, for lesson title, if you are using Filipino, for example, the subject that you have chosen kay Filipino, therefore naka-Filipino pa na siya diha. Ayaw siya i-English kay mag-no split ka, no? Ayaw. So although the terms are in English, like for example, lesson title, it's okay. You can write here in Filipino for a description. So you can actually write or the descriptive name for your lesson. Sir, ano ba yung descriptive lesson? Siguro, ano ba, very catchy part of your title. Lesson title, good siya. Okay. Next would be unit summary. According to here, the good thing of this template is parang specific siya, no? Binibigyan talaga kayo ng guide kung ano yung dapat ilalagay. Okay, and then the other one, in unit summary, in 1 to 3 sentences, briefly describe the topic, the key activities, student product, and possible roles students assume in a project scenario. So ito, 1 to 3. Dapat lalabas ito sa 1 to 3 sentences ha. You have to describe the topic, the key activities. Pag sinasabing key activities, kung maraming activities itong particular ito na lesson, dapat yung key activities lang, the highlighted one. No? And then there's the student product, the expected student product, and then the possible roles. Kasi nga, we really have to assume that we really have to give our students, our pupils roles. No? For example, siya yung magiging researcher, something like that, and so on. Okay. Now, okay. Right after that, we'll be having our subject area. So list the subject you are specifically targeting in this lesson. For example, mathematics 3. Na, ano ba? Subject area, no? Kana. And then 21st century skills. I believe Jed 105 Manino, I believe we had done discussing 21st century skills during your Jed 101, if I'm not mistaken, or in any subject. But then again, para lang siguro mas meron kayong reference, para hindi kayo medyo ma-stress siguro pangita sa mga 21st century skills, I will upload materials for 21st century skills. I will place it sa resources natin. Okay, and then according to your list, the real world problem issue this will address. Okay, so sa 21st century skill natin. And then the approximate time needed. So magiging example, 3 45-minute class periods. Okay. Ang ibig sabihin daw, 3 meetings ito. No? 3 meetings, then each is equivalent, each would be 45 minutes. For example, sa ano ba sa elementary sa elementary ano ba is it 60 minutes yung subject or only 45 minutes? Is it 1 hour or 45?
1 hour.
1 hour yun siya, no? Okay. Sir, is it really necessary to create a unit plan which is good for 3 meetings, 1 week? Yes, actually, not really a yes, no, but because we are talking about unit plan here, very big scope, it is expected na itong output no, ng unit plan mo, if you're going to execute this sa klase, hindi ito magagawa ng isang klase lang, especially pupils, elementary ni mo mga estudyante. So perhaps you could design, no, you have to really design flexibly your unit plan na hindi naman siya gaanong ano ba yan, hindi siya suffocating for your pupils because you really have, by the time you will be writing your unit plan, you have to imagine that these are kids, no? These are kids, these are your pupils. Do not imagine it na ikaw sa imong level. You have to imagine it based on your targeting clientele, which is the kids, no? So based your standard, okay, you have here your approximate time needed. And then the next one is from a unit plan or curriculum area apart. We have your targeted content standards and benchmarks. So ang sinabi dito, based your standards here, chosen from your unit plan or curriculum guidelines. These standards should include ones that your students will be expected to meet and be assessed by the end of the lesson. So ang ilalagay dito ay yung nanggaling sa ating curriculum guide. No? Yung standards para nilagay. Okay? And then kung ano yung expected na ma-meet at saka ma-assess ng mga estudyante right after the lesson. So meaning to say, para siyang ano natin, para siyang lesson objectives. No? Okay. The next one, the 21st century student objectives, learning on enter one or more 21st century skills that will be assessed by the end of the lesson. This one is in the language of the 21st century skills. Dapat mo reflect. And then, please take note, naka-objective iyang form. Okay? The same format here, but emphasizing diri dapita ang 21st century skills. Okay? Next, the curriculum framing questions. We have the essential question unit. We have the essential question that I one, two, tatlo yan, children, ha? Essential question. We have the unit questions. You also have here the lesson content questions. So ano po yung pinakaiba? Kung titingnan nyo yan, if you're going to look at the three curriculum framing questions here, you could actually see na para siyang from general to specific. And that is really true. No? If we're going to look at essential question, this is a broad, overarching question that can bridge several units or subject areas. Like for example, my lesson or ang lesson na gagawin ko for this unit plan is all about food chain. Yan, food chain. No? And then ang akong essential question dili could be ano ba? What is life without food? Diba? That is a very essential question. Sir, again, kung titingnan natin, what is life without food? Again, my topic, for example, is food chain. And then my essential question, because according to the description, a broad, overarching question that can bridge several units or subject areas, meaning very, very, very broad. No? What is life without food? Diba? Nakapunta ka, ha? That is an essential question. Actually, itong essential question, by the time you will be having your demonstration soon, this must be included during your demonstration. Bali, ang gagawin mo, you will be asking your students or your pupils an essential question, a very catchy essential question. And then they will try to figure out kung saan ka ang lesson ni teacher, no? Ano kang nag-ask si teacher ato? Okay? And then right after that, your unit questions, guiding questions from your unit or your curriculum. So, naka-specific siya. No? Coming from that, what what is life without food? Okay? Punta na tayo sa unit question siguro. What will happen if siguro some parts sa food chain kay mawala na. And then ang content lesson content questions na dayon, this is now the specific questions. Okay? Specific questions that must be answered along the way sa imong unit plan, right? Along the way sa imong unit plan or along the way sa lesson plan, no? Pag-conduct nimo ani niya or after ani unit plan. Okay? If you are gonna look at children, nagka-specific siya from very general to very specific. Okay. Next. Wait. Are you still with me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Sige. Please
Opo,
magsabi lang
sir.
please magsabi lang if nawala ako or whatsoever kasi hindi ko makikita yung screen ko. Okay. The next part would be the assessment plan. Okay. These are naka-specific na siya, no? Yung assessment plan natin, we have here, the components of your assessment plan would be assessment timeline. Okay. You really have to imagine, no? Since sa example, for example, 1 week na siya. No? Di ba yung ano ba yun sa elementary? Everyday man yan meron silang subject na science, for example, no? No, lahat ng subjects, ano talaga, everyday yan. Tama?
Yes, sir.
No, tama, no? Okay. So you really have to imagine on that, no, for the timeline. So we have here our timeline. Ginawan tayo ng timeline dito. Sa timeline na gagawin ninyo, the specific one lang siguro. Okay. So anong gagawin? Before project work begins. And then students work on projects and complete tasks. And then after project work is completed. So ang gagawin nyo lang dito lahat, nandito na, enter assessments that help determine a student's background, skills, attitudes, and misconceptions. Okay? Before project work begins yan. Okay, so dito ninyo ilalagay yan lahat. Okay. Next, assessment summary. Describe the assessments that you and your students use to gauge needs, set goals, monitor progress, provide feedback, lahat. Kasi, sir, ano ba talaga yung output? Kasi what you are doing here in the unit plan is not actually typical na magdi-discuss ka lang. No? Ni ginagawa dito or pinapakita dito sa unit plan natin na the teacher is not just lecturing but giving tasks to the students. No? Siguro si teacher, naglasot si teacher about food chain ng kaunti, and then si teacher may pinagawa siyang ang daming activities, sets and series of activities for them to understand food chain on their own. So kaya, kung titingnan natin dito, the output would be the output of your pupils. Okay? So we have to describe it here. So this might include graphic organizers. Lahat talaga ng assessment summary na ginagawa mo, gagamitin mo. No? Siguro for the first day, siguro ang plano mo for the first day is you have to discuss food chain. And then right after that, you will be having your short quiz. Then right after that, meron pang time for that period, binigay mo yung instruction for the activities. Parang ganyan. No? Okay. Next, lesson details. Again, dito na part, this is on assessment, kung ano yung gagamitin assessment. The next part would be the lesson details, kung ano na talaga yung gagawin natin. Prerequisite skills. So conceptual knowledge and technical skills so that students must have to begin this lesson. Sir, paano po namin malalaman yung prerequisite skills or mga conceptual knowledge? Kasi yung hinihingi dito, conceptual knowledge and tsaka technical skills. Sir, saan namin yan makikita? Makikita natin yan sa ating curriculum guide. So for example, if you choose to pick food chain as your topic, try to look at what is the prior topic when it comes to food chain. No? So you have to go back to that particular part. No, wherein ano bang para sa inyo, ano yung conceptual knowledge na kailangan para mas maintindihan ng estudyante ang present na lesson, which is your food chain. No? And of course, technical skills, kung meron ba. No? Next would be the instructional procedures. Ito, I think, mahaba-haba ito. A clear picture of the instructional cycle. Ibig sabihin ng instructional cycle, a description of the scope and the sequence of student activities. Student activities yan ha, meaning to say, yan talagang sinabi ko, series of activities ang gagawin ninyo. No? And an explanation for how students are involved in planning their own learning. Okay? So yan, kung anong gagawin sa mga estudyante, instructional procedure talaga, anong gagawin for the whole week. Next part would be the accommodations for differentiated instruction. So, sir, what is differentiated instruction? Because we have this inclusive education, and apart from the idea of inclusive education, lahat kasi ng mga type and characteristics of your pupils ay nandyan sa klase mo. No? From a very slow learner hanggang sa very fast naman or fast learner, hanggang sa ADHD, madaling ma-board kung walang gamit na picture, what you call this, ano pa, hindi gaanong nakakarinig, for example, may malabo yung mata, for example, yung isa may ADHD, for example. That's actually the challenging part of being a teacher, because although they have differences when it comes to abilities and capabilities, for example, kailangan natin silang bigyan ng atensyon. That is why differentiated instruction ay nandito. Sir, ano po yung differentiated instruction? You have to give, hindi siya yung na instruction na tanong maghatag og direction but you have to deliver your lesson or your activities in a specific manner. Ibig sabihin, meron kang set, iba yung, you have the same activities, pero yung activities natin is nakaspecify siya sa kung anong grupong estudyante yung bibigyan natin. Okay? Now, for example, kung activity mo ay role-playing, no, meron kang pa role-playing, ano yung equivalent ng role-playing sa mga mahiyaing estudyante? Ano yung equivalent ng role-playing na activity mo sa fast learners, for example? Ano yung equivalent ng role-playing sa mga slow learners na grupo ng mga estudyante? Okay, so that is why you really have to think of it. So we have here special needs students. So describe accommodations and support for students such as extra time for study, adjusted learning objectives, modified assignments. Dito nyo ilalagay kung ano ang gagawin. Okay, and then the other one is the non-native speakers. Like for example, kung meron bang ano ba, syempre, you will be teaching in the Maranao community, pero baka merong hindi makaintindi ng Maranao, for example. So, anong gagawin? No? So, dito nilalagay. And then, of course, for gifted or talented students, sir, what if, sir, wala kami nito? I still, since nandito yan, meron tayong special needs and then non-native speakers and then gifted or talented students, we really have to fill it out dito for this particular one. Okay? Next, right after, please take note that this part here sa lesson details, very comprehensive yung paggawa nito. Okay? Next would be the materials and resources required for that lesson. So we have technology hardware and then technology software. All you have to do is to click the boxes kung ano yung appropriate, kung ano yung gagamitin ninyo for the whole duration of the lesson. Okay. And it's a software naman. Ito yan. Okay. And then right after for the printed materials, ano yung gagamitin ninyo? Okay, meron, binigyan kayo ng idea dito, no? Mga textbooks, ito yung mga printed materials natin, magazines, for example, mga lab manuals, and so forth. Okay, those are printed materials. And then right after that, supplies, essential items that need to be ordered or gathered to implement your lesson. Especially no, kung yung subject na pinili ninyo ay science, for example, math, for example, or ano pa, yung nagre-require talaga ng mga items, maraming items, for example. Next would be internet resources kasi nga we are projecting here that we will be integrating technology in every lesson, no, that we will be having. So the internet resources, yung mga gagamitin, no, mga gagamitin internet resources para sa mga estudyante ninyo. Like for example, ako, di ba, nagbibigay ako sa Google Classroom natin ng mga links, no, na pwede makatulong, no, to support your activity or your task. So, ito yung gagawin niyo. So, URL yung ibibigay natin dito. Okay. And then, of course, other resources. Ano yung kailangan pa ba? No? Kung meron kailangan bang field trip, kailangan bang experiments, dito siya. Please take note na hindi lang dito, especially sa mga ito, hindi lang ganyan yung anong gagawin natin. You have to give a description. No? Okay. For example, experiments, pupils should or the teacher should conduct more experiments on blah blah blah. So detailed gid siya na pagawa. Okay? If you are going to look at the template is very short, but if you are going to fill it out, nako, parang maabot siya mga 10 or more than 10 pages. No? Okay. Now let's try to look at the, by the way, question. Question so far?
None so far.
None so far. Sandali lang ha. Kasi ang ginawa ko, gimute ko muna tayo sandali lang. Okay. None so far. So would you like me to show some samples?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So let's try to look at some samples, no? Para magkaka-idea tayo kung ano yung. If you have questions, please raise that, no? Okay, so let's try to have this sample. Okay, nakikita?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Sorry, ako. Okay, ayan. Zoom ko ha. Okay. Para klarong-klaro yun siya. Ayan. Okay. Is this clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for
Yes po,
responding.
sir.
Okay, so the sample is all about planet Earth, no? Survivor planet Earth. No? Kung titingnan ninyo, yung sample na ito, ay binigyan niya ng parang very nice description. Binigyan ng title. Okay. Of course, the unit title is Survivor Planet Earth. Okay. And then in the unit summary daw, students embark on a journey of discovery about the structure and processes of planetary geology and explore the impact of human action. Di ba? So that's the unit summary. So saan ito kinuha? Of course, you really have to look for, titingnan niyo yung coverage ng lesson ninyo. And then you can actually come up here. Ito yung unit summary na ito. Okay. And then the curriculum links. Of course, this particular part here is the subject matter. No? You have your science. And then year level stage 5, year 9. So iba talaga sa kanila no, sa year level. Okay. Anyway, and then siguro sa year level na to, pwede nating lagyan na ano ba? Um, grade period, third grading period, grade 4. Parang ganyan. Or first grading period, grade 6. Kana, pwede din. And then approximate time needed sa kanya, 35 times 60-minute periods. Taas. Okay. And then unit foundation, ito yung mga contents, no? Kung titignan nyo, meron knowledge and understanding ginawa niya. Okay. If we're going to look at here, the part here, ano lang talaga siya, goals, no? Para siya, objectives, nakaspecify. Doon sa template natin, meron tayong for the 21st century skills objectives, and the other one is the very general one, no? That you can actually find sa, ano natin, sa K-12 curriculum guide. Okay. The next part would be the curriculum frame questions. No? Kung titignan niyo yung sinasabi ko essential question, can planet Earth survive? Diba? Very broad yung question. Can planet Earth survive? And then the unit questions, if you're to look at the unit questions, how do geological processes change the planet? No? Nagkasugod na siya specify. And then hantod sa content questions, ano na yun siya? Very specific. Okay. Next would be the assessment plan. So, sa assessment plan na ginawa na, tatlo lang yung part niya. Before learning activities, ito yung mga assessment plan. By the way, children, all of your assessment plan dapat nasa. No? Ito yung sinasabi ko na hindi lang unit plan yung kailangan nyo i-submit, but you are to submit also the materials inside. Like for example, kung pinapakita dito na yung assessment timeline before activities begin mo is brainstorming, you have to give me a brainstorming material for that subject. And then you have to also see bigyan mo ko ng activity sheet about KWL chart. Tell me about the teacher conference and then the questioning. Okay, it should be submitted all, no? And then while students work, ito yung ginagamit niya while nag-work na yung estudyante, brainstorming, multimedia rubric, then submit ninyo, research, ang pwedeng masubmit dyan, you have to submit it to me. Okay? And then after learning activities, ang last, of course, nagpa-survey siya, student quiz, so lahat yan, pwede nyo, kailangan nyo i-submit sa akin. Okay? Kung ano yung ilagay natin dito. Yan. Sige. And then the other one would be the assessment summary. So kung titignan nyo, the assessment will be conducted over a range of tasks that will involve both group and individual work. Kung titignan nyo yung assessment summary dito, very comprehensive talaga siya. No? Very comprehensive. And then nag-mention niya yung mga assessment. Then kung saan po ng assessment. Okay. Sige. Next would be the unit details. So ito yung mga prerequisite skills niya. Ilagay niya mga prerequisite skills. The same sa inyo ha, you have to write the prerequisite skills. No? Pag may prerequisite, alam niyo yung the idea of prerequisite, right? Okay. So that is our prerequisite skills. And then the teaching and learning strategies. Ano ba yung nasa template natin? The instructional procedure. Instructional procedure is the same with teaching and learning strategies. No? Kung ano na yung gagawin talaga ni teacher. Ang part na ito ay para siyang lesson plan. No? Lesson plan pero hindi siya scripted like description lang. Kung titingnan ninyo, in small groups, students complete a brainstorming activity. Remember the brainstorming activity is ano siya? Nandun sa ano natin before, no? Dapat mag-reflect din, and create a mind map or chart and so on. So ito yung lahat ng gagawin ni teacher. Okay. The next part would be the accommodations for diverse needs. Diverse needs ang sinabi dito. Dito naman accommodations for differentiated instruction, that is still the same. Okay. Tara. Okay, lifted, indigenous, yan. Diba? Sa mga special needs daw, ang ginawa niya para sa mga special needs, use visual and tangible aids, open-ended questioning. So, ano yung gagawin niya? Okay? And then the materials, of course, hindi naman questionable yung materials, no? This is very clear. Yan. And then ito, ang mga links. Yan, ang mga links. Other resources. Okay. So, okay. Anyway, the samples are already there. Nandun siya sa ating Google Drive. And siguro for this task, no, you have to upload the materials. Like for example, sir, mogamit niyo PowerPoint para ana. Sir, kailangan po na mo i-submit ang PowerPoint? Yes. All of the materials needed for that unit plan to be successful, dapat i-submit siya appeal, not just the unit plan. Okay? Nasabtan ba?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, that is our template. No? Yun yung template na gagamitin. Okay, siya. You just have to follow the templates and then, ano siguro, no? Time to time, since you will be working now with your unit plan, as of this time, you are now to start your unit plan. And time to time, since my messenger is open, I'm very open for questioning. Okay? Sa mga
Opo, sir.
consultation. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yes po.
Okay. Okay. Okay, so okay tayo?
Yes, sir.
Sige. So again ha, if you have, by the way, meron ba tayong katanungan? or concern para mapag-usapan natin dito? Yes, Nafisa.
Sir, di ba nung una na pinapili niyo kami ng yung sa nung unang activity, sir? Pwede bang ibang subject ang kunin ko?
Saan na activity?
Yung last, sir, na pinapili mo kami sa mga iba't ibang subject. Yung sa ARPAN, ganon, English.
Okay. Yes, dear. So what's the concern again?
Pwede bang i-change ko yung subject na pinili ko, hindi na yung dati?
Sa yung ano no, you are referring to sandali lang. You are referring to the final task, the
Yes, sir.
are you referring to this task 1 and 2, yung unit plan?
Yes, sir.
And then you wanted it na ano ba, ibang subject?
Oh, sir.
But ano bang subject na gusto mo?
Hindi, sir. Nung una kasi na pinili ko yung pinapili mo kami ng curriculum guide na English yung pinili ko na parang gusto kong i-change.
It's okay. So
Pwede, sir?
you are allowed, yes, you're allowed to change. I will not restrict you to in changing kung ano yung subject para naman hindi kayo ma-stress, no? At least gusto ninyong ipili na siya. So if you wanted to choose English, please take note again na our final task, you are required to submit 2 unit plans. And then each unit plan dapat ano, iba't iba yung subject or yung asignatura. So for Nafisa, since you chose English, the other one would be another subject naman, okay?
Yes, sir. Thank you po, sir.
Okay, any more concern?
Wala na po ata, sir.
Okay, so if you have concerns while doing your task, please do not hesitate to message sa messenger, sa GC lang nato siguro, para naman yung iba, alam naman nila kung ano yung pinag-usapan natin. Okay? So please raise it sa GC para alam ng lahat. Is that okay?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
if you don't have any concern, you can leave the room and enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you
Thank
po.
you.
Thank you, sir.